and a community in crisis, of course, after those devastating events. Joining me now, Chris Halef, a reporter in Halifax with our sister station News 95.7, joins us now via Skype to just give us a sense of how Nova Scotia is coping in the wake of this terrible tragedy. Good morning to you, Chris. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Well, thank you for having me. In terms of how we're coping, I mean, we're coping as best as we can, and given the pandemic, it's a very, very difficult time for the entire world, but to have this land on our province's lap has been difficult for people. I know people are trying to plan virtual vigils because we can't get together, but our community is shaken. I've never, ever in my lifetime would think I would see anything like this in Nova Scotia. I've lived here my whole life, and there is a calm and a concern and just great sadness within the community. On social media, people are really hurting right now.
Chris, you tweeted out a couple pictures yesterday. You were at the news conference yesterday and seeing people laying flowers and remembering, of course, a fallen RCMP officer. No doubt you've had so much contact with these officers outside of the news and knowing some of them personally. What has the feel been like among the force?
They are, I mean, they lost one of their sisters, Corporal HEIDI STEVENSON, who I actually have spoken with a few times. There've been times where she would do media events, and I know I've run into her, and she's always been kind, and they are devastated. Anytime I've gone to a couple of the press conferences at RCMP headquarters in Dartmouth now, and they are more quiet than usual. Let's just put it that way. They're not really speaking. It's just, you can see the pain on their faces, and I can't imagine losing somebody who's close to you in a manner like that. I don't think any of us can.
Chris, as you mentioned, the sense of community, no doubt rocking a community, small towns, but that being said, community really rallying together as well. What sort of showing of love have you seen?
Well, I know that an activist here, Quentin Provo, who he held a virtual vigil last night, and I know more are planned throughout the week. I know there's another one planned for midweek. People have been offering condolences on social media. I know that an email has been set up for people to send condolences to the victims and to their families, I should say. And even in downtown Halifax at the Westin, it's a small thing, but they lit up a heart using room lights from the outside, and it's incredibly tragic.
Chris, no doubt it has been difficult to cover this story for you, so we thank you for that. I know you're obviously working overtime to do everything you can for your community, and we send our love to you and everyone in Nova Scotia. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.